Mike, another complete game to back-to-back on the road?
Well, we liked the second and the third period. We thought we were a very different team in the second and the third. I thought we got outplayed in the first 20, and I thought Pittsburgh just played harder. They won puck battles, and we didn't play nearly as well. But I thought the response was terrific by the guys. I thought they played a much more determined game for the last 40 minutes, and I think that shows you what we're capable of when we play with that focus and that determination.
Mike, what were the emotions like for you when they had the video tribute in the first period? You knew it was coming, I'm sure.
I did. It's emotional. It means a lot. I'm grateful for everything that we accomplished here during my time. I'm grateful for the opportunity to coach here in Pittsburgh for 10 years, and I'm so grateful to the group of players over those years that performed the way they did, that allowed us to have the success that we had. So, and when you watch a tribute like that, which I was very appreciative for the Penguins, they didn't have to do that. It brings back a flood of emotions.
So what do you think of seeing Nick Bonino on the bench? Is that something you probably thought he had a future in?
Well, absolutely. He was a real cerebral player. His hockey IQ is off the charts as a player himself. So the fact that he's getting into coaching doesn't surprise me one bit. I think he'll be terrific. The fact that I see him behind the bench just makes me feel that much older, because it wasn't too long ago when he was, raising a Stanley Cup over his head.
What can you say about the way Adam Fox contributed in all situations tonight?
I think Foxy's having a real strong start for us. He's playing in so many key situations, all situations, on the penalty kill, the power play, 5-on-5. I think he's really had a strong start for us. What I like about his game right now is just his physicality down low. He's defending. He's defending hard, and I think his offense speaks for itself. He sees the game really well. He has the ability to slow the game down offensively, and a lot of players don't do that in today's game, and he has that knack. But I've been really impressed with his commitment to play defense.
What were your impressions of the third and fourth line tonight? Because they were strong.
Yeah, they played hard. I think they played the game that we're trying to define for them when they play straight ahead. I think Lobbs is getting better with every game that he plays. Obviously his size, his speed, his skating ability, his strength. On the goal they scored in the third period was a great example of it. Just the second effort was terrific, but when they play a straight-ahead game and they're allowed to, they play to their strengths. They have an opportunity to establish a forecheck. They can use their physical play to their advantage, especially Sam Carrick's line. Those guys are giants, and they're hard to handle. And when they go to the net, they're a handful for anyone, and that's what they're capable of. So, we'll continue to build on that. But I was happy for them tonight.
I don't believe you guys have given up a goal on the PK yet through 3 games. If maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think so. What have you made of it so far? And especially getting the shorthanded goal tonight. They've always kind of had, especially Mika, that opportunistic kind of knack there. But what have you made of the PK so far?
I think it's a work in progress. I think we've had moments when it's looked really good. I think there's been other moments where we're not where we want to be yet. But when you have Shesty make a timely save for you, that certainly helps. But I think Joe's doing a real good job as far as trying to get these guys on the same page. Some of the concepts that we're bringing to them, they're new. And so there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment there, but I think they're getting a clearer picture of what we're trying to accomplish and how we're trying to accomplish it is the most important thing. Just, identifying, trigger points on where we're going to pressure and just working cooperatively, who's responsible for what in certain situations. And I think, as I said, I think there's been moments where it looks pretty good and we've got a handle on it. And then there's others where we look a little bit disconnected, but it's not anything we didn't expect.
Is Susie okay? Any update there?
He's being evaluated for an upper body injury right now.